Welcome to Peaceful Streaming. So I am back at the flip of this house was on fire. And I figured since it's still light outside, I think I have it on real time. No, wait a minute. Maybe I have it on, that's a good question. I have it on game time. If it was on real time, I don't know. It's about the same, I think. So okay, did I just change that whole equation? Anyway, I thought since there's enough light, I would mow the lawn because I'm not going to turn this into a garden stream, but it does bug me when it's like this because it looks crummy. Um, so that's all I'm going to do outside, and then I'm going to work on the kitchen because I think I'm going to do like my favorite kitchen. I think it's my favorite, one of my favorites in real life, as well as because this actually are the colors and the style that I have my kitchen curtains in is like the French or the Provence, not French provincial, but the Provence blue and yellow. Uh, so in those patterns, I actually get the fabric from a store online. I think it's probably time to make a new set because everything here in California just fades after a couple of years if it's exposed to the sun. Um, anyway, so do that like it's weird. It's not like a dark blue exactly. I mean, it's a dark blue, but it's slightly, I don't know. It's not navy exactly. So that and yellow, and they do have some nice tiles um that then can carry that off. So I've done that bathroom a couple of times. So this is a pretty good size bathroom. I've done that kitchen a couple of times. This is a pretty good sized kitchen. So I think I should be able to pull it off and make it look pretty nice. Um, oh, that's right. I did do the backyard. Okay. Because I just didn't want the living room to look crappy. Still trying to figure out exactly what I'm going to do with the outside. I'm not sure. So it obviously is not, like putting new panels up on the outside is not optional because of um, the fire damage. But I guess since I can't change the balcony, it obviously is going to have to be something that complements or coordinates with that kind of cherry color. So I guess we'll see. Wow, I really missed a lot to my right, didn't I? That's interesting. I think the weed whacker is the easiest way. Or brush cutter, as it's called here. We Americans go by brand names all the time, so I think that explains the discrepancy. We're like massive consumers, and everything has to be by the brand name. I'm being very facetious, although I'm sure that's probably the view, and possibly deservedly so. from some of our neighbors from other countries. America is about consumerism to a great extent. But wow, that looks like crap. It's still, I'm like still not getting everything. That's weird. That's like inside the wall. That's not anything I can do anything about. Okay, so this looks fine. It's nicely cleaned up, I think. Some of these you just can't reach. Even though it looks like you're cutting stuff, you're not really, and it's just making like making it look like you're actually getting somewhere with it. But so it's not important. There was something else that was bugging me and now I can't remember. So I didn't paint the upstairs? Really? Huh. And I didn't do anything with this. Well, I want to paint the upstairs, if nothing else, because wow, and put some wood down because yikes. Yeah. So my current favorite default is the zebra wood. I really like it. Clearly the hall needs it. Now this room to my right is in pretty decent shape, other than the fact that we definitely have to remove that, replace that, I mean. I must still have the white paint downstairs, but I'll just buy one for up here. Okay, so this is in good shape. Oh God, this is so horrible. I'm gonna paint this white because this just, I can't stand it. I'll be honest. Well, okay, I'm not gonna do it now because then I just really won't have enough time on the kitchen. So I'm just gonna do the hall. And hi, Mr. Evil, how are you? For some reason, I have no idea why the Evil Dead came to mind when I saw your name. I have no clue why. My mind makes really weird associations sometimes, so. Good, I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, this is, that's not a question that's like a given anymore, just because we've been through so much the last couple of years, and it's beginning to take its toll, I think, sometimes on people that it had not been taking its toll on before. It's kind of cumulative, I think. So. It's a good name. Let's face it. It is a good name. I am I've always used for years and years and years. I've just always used a version of my name. I am like the least creative person in the world when it comes to usernames. So, anytime I can't use my name, I just sit there and like blankly look at the keyboard for a while and just I'm like, stymied. So anytime I see something that says, please do not use any variation of your real name, I'm just like, wait, what? What do you mean? I. Okay, good. There it is. Oh, different paint. Okay, I'm not going to worry about it. But that just dawned on me. Okay, because I used a different color down here, didn't I? I guess I did. I thought I used white, and I did not. But I'm not repainting the hall right now. So I am going to start in the kitchen. Okay, so let's see. Have you seen The Evil Dead or any of those movies? I'm not sure if I'm like showing my age by asking that, but I have absolutely no problem with that. I'm old. Um, uh, I do not remember how big this is. Oh, okay. No, that's good, I think. Read the comic, but oh yeah. Well, that's more yeah. So I'm like so what I'm talking about is like the older like probably one whole generation, maybe not one whole generation, at least half a generation before that. They the Evil Dead movies oh god, it was so long ago, I think. I don't know. I do not know when they came out. I watched The Walking Dead for a few seasons. The problem for me is that anytime a show is pretty much relentlessly depressing, it just I can't watch it long term. It's just too um it's too difficult when you have been battling depression most of your life, and you just have to be really careful about um that what you consume, uh because it's just you know it's just it's not that it necessarily adds to it, but I mean, I don't go for all happy stuff, but I reach a certain point with stuff that's depressing where I'm like, I just can't. This is not good for me. So, granted, a lot of literature and film and everything is definitely not happy, and it's still extremely meaningful. But it's just for me that's the case. Oh, really? I no, I read. I did read. So they were, gathered into volumes. I mean, I was reading them in a digital form. I did read quite a few of those. And yeah, you're right. Somehow it doesn't seem as depressing in that it's I guess it's just when it's like and they were very yeah, actually you're right. There were some really like there were some things that happened in the comic books at least that that should have been so depressing, and they weren't as much. So yeah, I do agree. Um I think they were less depressing. But I just read them for I don't know where I stopped. It's been a while. So, but yeah. And I read really quickly. That's probably why. Like Action Field? What's Action Field? Oh, see, I'm old. You have to remember that. Guess I should just paint this white, shouldn't I? Um, Although I have to say, keeping on top of pop culture is like a full time job. I have to say. And I don't even try. I don't want to embarrass my son by making it seem like I'm trying to be cool. I don't. I don't try. We actually did have some of those parents that we ran into where they wanted to be their kids' friends, and I was like, "Yeah, no, I don't. He's got friends. I do not want to be his friend. I want to be his parent. So, no thanks. I do not subscribe to that." Oh, okay. I'm running into the problem I always run into with lentils is like, where do I stop the okay, I think I'm going to do this. There. That takes care of that problem. I think. No, of course it's cream, so it doesn't take. Oh my god. Maybe that's it. I really should not be this picky about this stuff. Um, that's not gonna. Okay, that's good enough. think one of the rooms should have pink. You know what's funny is last time when I did this as a job, I actually wanted to make um the room that's ooh, now I can't remember. It was a weird room. It was the one upstairs on the left side. On the left side, if you're standing here, like on the right side, if you're coming up the stairs, I wanted to make it into a baby's room, and there was something. I guess I just couldn't change anything. Um, but yeah, so I wanted to make it into a girl infant's room. So that might have been one of the things that's like been swirling around in my mind about for this place, to be honest. So the room I wanted to do this room as like a pink baby room. So, and this obviously, yikes, that color is just, yeah. And this I guess will be either a second bedroom or an office. I don't know what. I wonder if I could actually come to think of it. This could be an office actually in here. That room actually, I guess in the job, it was made into, it's a bad idea because there's a door to the outside. Oh, to make it into an office? I actually could get rid of that door. Or the one upstairs. Oh yeah, you're right. There's a door. There's a door to the outside to the balcony. Which actually is the case in I think all the rooms upstairs. Yeah, no, to a child's room. Yeah, there's all the rooms upstairs have doors to the balcony. But you know what I could do? I could just make it a window instead of a door. Although then you can't go onto the balcony here. Oh man, so that is ruined for me now. Oh my god. I don't know. I honestly hadn't thought that far ahead. Oh man. You're even more you're even more like I actually think in terms of the practical stuff in this game when I really like theoretically you don't need to actually make sure there's enough space in between furniture for people to walk by, and I just can't help to no one wants no one. And I just uh I just can't help it. Like it's really hard for me just to say, okay, it's not real. People don't actually need to walk by the furniture. And you're even more so than me. um yeah, it's like should I do this in cream? It's like a curse, I have to say. Um no, wait a minute, beige. Beige is actually closer. Nope. Beige is close. Shoot. The gold is very light. The gold doesn't actually. Oh, now I'm driving myself nuts. Okay, I think I'm going to go with a beige. I think that's the best one. I don't know what to do with the top. I think I'm just going to go with white. Let's see. The pure white is almost, or the white gloss. That doesn't even look white, does it? I guess it does. Okay. I'm not going to go with a pure white. Oh, yeah. No, yeah, that's thank you for following. I really appreciate Mr. Evil. Oh god, yeah. We actually, I have to say, in real life, we were incredibly lucky because my husband has 5 other kids from 2 other marriages. And a couple of the kids were the kinds that would climb on everything. And like my youngest stepson, I guess, like one time my husband was in a room and he heard, oh, that's not the right one. He heard like something strange and he comes to the bathroom and my stepson had climbed on top of the toilet, then from the toilet onto the sink, and he was trying to reach a cupboard above the sink. And he was like, he was a toddler or something. And luckily our son never did that. I mean, he just wasn't. No, it was white. It was white gloss. Yeah, he just wasn't one of those kids, thankfully. Because you know, it was difficult. You know, I have MS, so it was crazy enough to try to keep him safe. No, I'm not making a bathroom. I'm making a kitchen. This would be an interesting bathroom with with those big wide windows. Um, you're not. Are you talking about this? No, this is going to be a bathroom. Well, it actually already is a bathroom, but no. So this is going to be a kitchen. Um, let's see. This is these colors are like my favorite. Not my favorite colors for. Oh, look at that. That doesn't look good. Okay, so I'm gonna have to figure that out. That always is a problem. Like, what do I do with that? It wasn't a problem there because it's the corner. There's no corner here. Or it wouldn't actually work on both. Okay, anyway, I'm not going to drive myself nuts on that. I'm going to try not to. Um, the sink needs to be bigger. It's put dishes in it. Well, so we have, it does look like a bathroom, doesn't it? No, it's kitchen, believe it or not. But they have a dishwasher. So the sink is just for washing their hands and like small stuff. Um, but you're right, that is a really small sink. But a lot of them do actually, a lot of the functional cabinets that have sinks, they are really small. They're not like, so we have, like in real life, we have one of those. Is it one of these? Yeah, we have something like this, except it's a double one and it's bigger than this. So yeah, that does look like a bathroom one, doesn't it? Shoot. But this is the one that has the color I want. So although it didn't let me choose the color of the sink. But yeah, I know, I agree with you. It's definitely a small sink, but they've got a dishwasher. Oh, you do? Yeah. I wish ours is porcelain, which is just a freaking nightmare. I wish it was not aluminum. What am I trying to say? Stainless steel. Um, because it's stains and it's like you have to scrub to get the stains out. It's a real pain. Let's see. So I'm in function. No, I'm not in functional. So let's see. Electronic equipment. No. Okay. Furniture, kitchen, electronic equipment, cooking. Snowman wood and snowman light, snowman dark. Okay. Is this and this is the tiny one, isn't it? Uh this one is, you know, I think I'm gonna go by price. Actually, this one looks like it's probably pretty. No, that's pretty. Uh this one looks like it's probably pretty big. Okay, yeah, that's a decent size. I'm not sure if I can do that color. Although you're only going to see the front. I don't really like it. I think I'm just going to do it white if I can. Oh, yeah. I have actually. Where was it? I've rented a lot of places. I've been in a lot of rental places. Actually, I've never lived as an adult anywhere except for somewhere that was rented or in a temporary situation, one way or another. I think, see, handles, details. Okay, so I'll just do that. So it's only minimally, I don't know. I'm not crazy about that combination. It's fine. I don't, I have to stop getting obsessive. Um, which is unfortunately too close to my default. Okay, let's see. So refrigeration, they do not need one of these huge ones. I never really know. Let's see. This one isn't. This one's a pretty normal size, fairly normal. So I think the beige will be too. Oh God, yeah, yeah. It's do the handles beige and the base white. Okay, so let's, I think, put this here. I think what I need to do is find the corner thingy. What? The open space, where are the kittens and should have a flat top? What kittens? I didn't know there were kittens. How have I been missing kittens? Let's see. Standing cabinets, and this is snowman. Where is it? Snowman. Oh, they do have a corner one. Is that, no, that's the cupboard. Oh, okay, it's this. Oh, I always have trouble figuring this out. Is it this way? I guess it could be either one. Oh God, I get so confused with this. I know that's really stupid, but okay. So yeah, so then I'm gonna have to squeeze a cupboard in here. So it looks like a 60, possibly an 80. The open space of the the open space of the kitchen where it ends should have a flat top. Oh, you mean, do you mean over here or over here? Over by the cupboard? Or this thing I'm struggling with, because that's driving me nuts. It just doesn't look, I don't know. Actually, I wonder if I should, no, okay. I'm very congested. I'm sorry for the sniffling. Dark cupboard. It's definitely 60. Wait a minute. What you're struggling with, that spot. Yeah, so you're saying it should be a column? Actually, come to think of it. Huh. Actually, if that's what, is that what you're saying? Because you know what? That, if I made this a column. Okay, now I have to try it because it's going to bother me. Like if I put, why is it coming in brick? That's weird. Oh, shoot. Come on. Because this actually, so what if, let me think about this. So yeah, wait a minute. If I do, I don't know if this is what you meant, but this is actually, I think, the solution to it. Because, well, okay, it may not be the perfect solution, but I think it's going to look better. No, I'm wrong. Shoot. Okay. No, wait a minute. So wait a minute. If I do the tile here, then that's actually a good ending. Let me think about, let me see this. Why does that look? Yeah, so if I do this, do that. Yeah, because then, okay, where's the tile? Is it still? Yeah. So if I do this, then I could end it there and have this be white. Or I could do this. Either way, it looks better than it did before. That's not what you meant. But you know what? That may not be what you meant, but I think it looks better. So the fact that you mentioned it, actually, I'm happier with this than it was before you said that. So even if it's not what you meant, you helped me out here because now it's not driving me nuts. And I like it much better than it was. And you know what the other problem is now? Oh, shoot. I'm looking at these, and the blue on these is too bright. Shoot. Where you put the brick straight, put a flat top on it. So what do you mean by a flat top? Do you mean a lintel? No. Functional cabinets. I'm trying to remember. Let me see. So I did this kitchen. Look at the table going straight. There's an opening to go to the kitchen. Okay, so look at, oh, you're talking about one of the counters. When you say table, do you mean one of the counters? Table going straight, there's an opening to the kitchen. You don't mean this, right? Because I'm going to fill that in. Except now I just realized how bright the blue is for this, and I'm actually not really happy with it. Oh man, I really have to stop changing things. So Gustum actually has a lot. Let me see if base dark gray blue. So this is actually a better blue. So I'm actually going to change this to the double sink. Yep. Hang on one sec. I'm gonna change this to the double sink. Tabletop. Snowy pure white. The pure white is like blinding. So okay, that color is much better. I wish that the sink color was right, but at least we have a big sink. Oh, hang on. This is Gustum dark. Okay. That matches the wall much better. Gustum dark. If I typed in Gustum, I thought I typed in dark. I didn't. Okay. Does Gustum only have that for corners? Yeah, it doesn't have the... Huh. Okay. Blue, blue, blue. Handles beige. And the top is white. Okay. So hang on. Let me finish the kitchen, then you tell me. Because I'm sorry, I'm being really... I have horrible spatial understanding. So that's part of the reason why I'm not understanding what you're saying, because I don't have, do you know what I mean? Like my spatial understanding is just crap. Let's see. I can't even tell you how many times my son has just gone so frustrated because I don't understand what he is saying, if it's anything to do spatially. The base is, oh, okay, I see. See, there will be counters. What are the sides will have an opening to go to the kitchen? Okay, hang on. Now let me see. I might understand what you're talking about once I'm finished. I might. Like I said, I'm not good at this kind of stuff a lot of the times. Okay, wait a minute. I'm going to scoot this down. And this, and oh, wait a minute. The stove actually should go. Um, okay. Sorry again for the sniffing. I'm just congested for some. Well, always. Let's see. Blue, 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 blue. Handles, beige, top, white. And so like probably another couple with drawers. This one isn't very wide. Does this have a variety of sizes or widths? Oh, they don't have widths. They call it just different names. So they have narrow and cargo, whatever that is. Dark colored right, dark colored with drawers, blah, blah, blah. Those are hanging ones. Okay, so they don't have widths as in sizes. They just have, oh, where's it? 80 centimeters. Okay. Okay, so this, now I made it so that the 81 can't go in there. This may not fit, or the other one may not fit. I think I'll scoot this over. Okay, so that's not going to fit. It's going to fit over here. Yes. And then we need like one of the really narrow ones there. Custom dark narrow. Okay, blue, 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 beige, and white. Okay, so I'm not understanding what you're saying. This is not anything to do with how you're describing it. It is just my problems with spatial stuff. Where the fridge ends. Okay, yeah. Well, yeah. Um So you're saying here should be, you're saying a flat top. Do you mean a pillar? Where are you placed? The brick goes there where the fridge ends. So are you saying that I should put a column here instead of a lintel? So it's a little more enclosed. Actually, it should be. That may not be what you're saying, but I should be. Although I'm not sure there would be enough room for the fridge. Theoretically, there should be. Yeah, actually, I guess there would be. I'm trying to remember. So what no, okay. So what I did like initially, when the way it was before when I first bought the house was, I think this was a fairly, I don't remember. It was a pretty narrow opening. And what I did is I just knocked everything down and then put lintels up. Um, just because I wanted an open kitchen. But still the lintels kind of, visually separate the kitchen. I just wanted it to be a little more open. So, um, again, I am probably not addressing what you're talking about, because I'm just not getting it. And as I said, that has nothing to do with you, and how you're describing it is just me. I do not. You can ask my son. I'm like, he gets very frustrated. I like people describe stuff to me in like rooms and furniture and things, and I just like my brain doesn't picture it, unfortunately. Um Looking at the kitchen, I don't think my ideas. Oh, okay. Um what am I doing? Oh, okay. So wait a minute, I have to do this. Corner, beige, glass. Okay, this color is so much better than the other one was. It like matches that almost perfect. Well, it does match it perfectly, doesn't it? Um, let's see that, and then we need. Well, the problem is when I get the glass front ones, I always get annoyed because they don't have stuff in them. I think you should close. I think you're right. I think you're right about that. I think it would look better. And I think I am going to do that because it's kind of bothering me. It doesn't it doesn't look right. Um I would say, yeah, so like put columns here. Why is this so slow? Okay, wait a minute. This is really weird. You know what's happening? So I have a second. This should not be happening. I started a second, um uh like you can have like different usernames for the game, right? And I started a second one to do my no commentary playthrough. It hasn't actually downgraded my what? So if it hasn't downgraded my perks, then why am I seeing brick? The built wall is already painted. I'm not getting that, and it's building really slowly. I'm getting the level of perks that I have on the other character, or not the other character, the other username, and I just started that. And that's not, I can't believe that should not be happening. I mean, that doesn't make sense because I actually should not have had the lawnmower then. So something's off with that. So I think I'm going to do that. I think that looks, I think it just looks more finished that way. You know what I mean? I think it does look better. Oh, wait a minute. I just realized I need a stove hood. Either that or hanging cabinets that have a hood, and then it looks a lot nicer. You're absolutely right. It definitely it did look unfinished. And like the fridge was just kind of sticking out into the room. I totally agree. It does look better, and I appreciate that you stuck with me. um like I said, I'm just it's like one of those, like, we're all good at certain things and not other things, and that's one of my things. I'm just like I just do not understand. Um okay, I'm gonna have to. Is that the right? That's not the right one. That's weird. Uh oh, that's Marv Dark. No wonder. Okay. Good lord. I don't understand why the colors are different in different like furniture lines. Wait a minute. So do we not have a we don't have a custom hanging cupboard that has a hood. Okay, well, it's not going to kill me. Um huh. Uh does this one come in beige? No. Of course it doesn't, because that would be too easy. What about this one? Oh no, I remember now. Um, okay, here's one. But they tend to be like, what? It's only on the, okay, so let's put this one here. Okay, it's okay. I can have some silver in here. That's fine. Now there's space. That's okay. It's like my OCD is. You thought you were going crazy? I'm not. I'm sorry. I just, like I said, it's like a defect, you know. Let's see, the Marv Dark is not going to match. It's going to be too bright. Yeah. Um, it's like a defect in my brain. It's just I can't even tell you how frustrated my son has gotten with me sometimes when he's trying to explain something like that to me. He's just, it drives him nuts, and probably my husband too. Although he doesn't betray the frustration the same way my son does. But I think they both know now, just like with certain things, don't even try. Let's see. So it's custom dark, and that should. So let's see. I do like. Is this the open ones? No. I'm not finding the ones. Every time I have the open ones, I feel like I should be filling it with stuff, and that frequently does not go well. Okay. But I think I need to put at least one of the glass fronted ones. I think I don't I wonder if I've done this. Oh yeah, you do. Yeah, you know, I I have depression and OCD. Luckily the OCD is mild. I have some anxiety, but it's not anything compared to what a lot of people have. Thankfully. Luckily for me, not so luckily for them, I guess. But that's weird. That's not previewing very well. Yeah, you know, honest, I have to tell you, at this point, I'm beginning to wonder. There seem to be more people who do have an issue to deal with than don't. Maybe I'm wrong, but it just seems like it's kind of the it's kind of it's not the exception as far as I'm concerned. I think it's the rule, and I think people just don't aren't either diagnosed with stuff, or um they haven't been diagnosed, or they just are just trying to hoping that'll, you know, stuff will just go away. But I have to say, I thank every day, almost every day. I feel for you, because I almost every day I think, at least I'm not bipolar, because with depression, you know, unipolar depression, you're just down. I mean, you don't, you know, you don't have to control it as much. I have known people who are bipolar who do not either recognize it or take themselves off their medication, which, because the thing is, depressives are less likely to take themselves off their medication because it just, they feel horrible without it. Whereas with someone who's bipolar, a lot of times they feel better off the medication, even though it might, you know, it might be that it's just it can be such a downer, I guess, to be on it. So, um, but someone who's unipolar more often than not does not have any kind of temptation to go off it because they just generally feel horrible without it. So it's you know, but yeah, we have some friends of the family, and I've some people I've known who have been, and it just seems to me that it's a lot tougher in the same way that anxiety to me. I have mild anxiety, and for people who have severe anxiety, I feel so sorry for them because just having some exposure to it, I can't imagine having a severe version of it. It just, I, I, I just don't know how people can get through the day feeling like that because it's just so difficult. Um, so I honestly feel I have it pretty easy most of the time. Um, so you have my sympathy. I know you have a tough row to hoe, or I know that you have a much, much more difficult situation. My former, also like my former father-in-law. Actually, he's my late former father-in-law. After my ex-husband and I broke up, at some point um his father died. He was schizophrenic, and so he uh so that was a tough situation I think for everyone because he was doing fine, and then once in a while he'd take himself off his medication, and it was just very stressful for everyone. So there are definitely some um mental illnesses that are just more onerous than just unipolar depression. So yeah, it's too bad. I mean, he was just like this brilliant engineer, and then in his 20s, um, he, he developed schizophrenia, and and he really just that was it. I mean, he didn't really do anything. Well, scared to be off your medicine when you're bipolar is actually, I think, a pretty healthy attitude because I've known people when they go off it, that things just do not go well. It's it's just not a good idea. I understand that there are definitely problems with the medication. Um, I I totally understand that. Um, but you know, I mean, now my son has depression, which I'm not revealing anything private. He's very open about it. Um, and he was feeling really good a couple of years ago, well, before the pandemic. And he decided to go off his antidepressants to see. And unfortunately, it just, it turned out he did need the medication. So, but then just as he was going back on it, the pandemic hit. And he really had problems dealing with not being in school anymore. So, I didn't blame him for wanting to try going off it. I mean, it's a perfectly healthy, um, no, that doesn't look good. A perfectly healthy, it's thing to try. But it was too bad because by the time then, by the time he was kind of back on them, oh, you have AD, yeah, both of us have ADHD. But see, ADHD, I honestly, I had it for, I mean, I'm not sure when I developed it, but I had it for decades before I actually was diagnosed. So I just learned like coping mechanisms, and in some ways, so I don't take medication because it just long term it doesn't, I get really cranky, which is a nice way to put it. And so I I don't take any meds, and I guess mine isn't, well, mine is moderate, I guess. I won't call it severe. But so I've just existed without it, and I'm incredibly productive on it. But it just, after a very, like a month, I'm just a horrible, horrible person to be around if I keep taking it. So I wanted to I wanted to not have my family hate me. So when I realized what was going on, then I went off it. So but as I said, I grew up, I went for decades without having, even knowing what I had. So it really wasn't, it really wasn't that hard to just, go back to not being on it, because, um, I don't love this. I'd rather have something yellow, but you know what? There isn't a nice one that I know of. Um, but I also see positive things in ADHD, because I can split my focus, which is incredibly helpful. And I had a psychopharmacologist, so when he confirmed the ADHD diagnosis that my therapist had actually mentioned, she thought that I had. Um, he said he had a patient who was, oh, I'm 59. So, and women and girls, um, they're still not really diagnosed with, um, they're still not really readily diagnosed with, I wonder if this would go, with ADHD. It's just not something that a lot of people think of. And certainly, I was born in 62. So you can imagine that there was no one. I mean, even boys weren't being diagnosed then. They had a different name for it too. Whenever they diagnosed them, it was. I did a paper on this when I was studying for my master's in education, and I can't remember what all the names were, but but it was hard even to get boys diagnosed, because they would call them, like, because so many people would just say, oh, he's just being difficult, don't give him as much sugar, stuff like that. So but girls were not getting diagnosed at all, because girls do tend to be, even with ADHD, they do tend to be, um yeah, well, you know what, you are very mature. um Girls tend to be quieter even with ADHD, so they tend to fall, like, they don't tend to be on people's radar like as often as a boy would. So it's really annoying that people, oh, I never finished this. So my psychopharmacologist said he had a patient who was a lawyer. And so when they were, like, preparing for a case, then they would take their uh ADHD med to, like, do all that not the paperwork, but all the stuff they do to all the motions and all that stuff that I absolutely do not understand. And then, but in court that doesn't match. In court they would not take their medicine. Oh, okay. Anyway, so I hope you're doing well. Please take care, okay? I know you're in a tough position, and thank you so much for your help. I really appreciate it. Okay? So take care of yourself, please. Um anyway, I'll just finish what I was saying. It was so, because if they didn't take the meds in court, they could split their attention between the jury and the judge. And so keep an eye on, what was going on and everything. So I always wondered why I couldn't just sit and, like, watch TV. Um, it's not possible. I have to be doing something else. Or else it just makes me nuts. More nuts. I think I'll just use I think I'll just do a regular, like, cedar. But I have to say, my son had so much trouble with his ADHD in elementary school. It was very unfair. Um, and I think I don't want to use her name, but another person who's on a lot, or who's a viewer, had the opposite experience that we did. Our experience was that the teachers who were older were more understanding and like didn't seem to think that our son was they knew it was ADHD. They didn't think he was like deliberately being defiant. And the younger teachers seemed to just think that he was like deliberately defying them, which was absolutely not the case. He was just, if he didn't raise his hand before he spoke, it was because he had ADHD. It wasn't that he was being that he was deliberately being defiant and challenging their authority. And it just like they just did not. The younger ones did not seem to realize that. So that was not good. So the older ones just were like, yeah, microwave. Oh my God, you're right, Eloa. Okay, so I have plenty of room. Put all the cooking stuff over there. It's so dark under the cabinets. And microwave. You're right. You're absolutely right. Okay. I think well, I don't know. This one's okay. Oh wow. No. I'm going for the OZK, I think. I'd almost use this one, but it's too bright. It's not the right color. So I think I'm gonna use this one. God, the other one was huge. Oh, yeah, so I stream, I'm a little erratic as far as the start time because depending on work, sometimes I have to work late, but I try to aim for 6 p.m. Pacific time. So, yeah, I'm trying to do it at like 5, but then a lot of times I just get I have to work late and I'm supposed to actually stop at 5. But anyway, so that's the time every single night. Yeah. I only miss it if I'm really, really sick. So yes. So I would love to have you stop by again. And as I said, please take care of yourself. I know you're dealing with a lot of tough stuff. So I'm here if you want to talk at night. I know we're in the last time zone and like it's much later than everyone else. So that's why I'm going to try to do it at 5, but it might be hard, especially because I'm starting a new job and I don't know exactly how things are going to. Okay, what's going on? That's actually the game. That's not a workshop one. That's weird. Okay, so I'll just put it in here. Okay. I wonder if I can put cups there. That's strange. I have not seen that happen before. Let's try the soup plates, see what happens. Okay, so the soup plates are all okay there. I can't stack them though, which is really irritating. It's weird that you can stack the flat plates but not the soup bowls. Why is the last time? And yeah. Yeah, so yeah. I mean, I feel like I'd like to be on earlier, but you know what? It is what it is. My husband was just saying we were when we were walking with my friend today, he was saying I didn't realize that, but my oldest stepson is hoping to retire to Hawaii, I can't pronounce it. I'm going to embarrass myself. Anyway, one of the islands, and which I didn't know. So I guess he's looking. He's going to like buy a duplex and initially rent the whole thing out until they move there, and then rent only half of it out. So I'm sure he's done tons of research. So knowing him, he's actually like a data guy. So I'm sure knowing him, he's done tons of research. Now, what do I usually put here? Okay, wait a minute. Drying rack. Did I forget a drying rack in the... I didn't do a drying rack in that kitchen in the music school thing. I totally forgot it, didn't I? Huh. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. I don't think there's a lot of room there, though. Okay, so... caps lock. It was so nice to, like, I think I've said this a million times. It was so nice to take a walk today. Really should do that. We actually live on a street that's really good for walking. And you'd think, since I'm working from home, I would have done more of it. And I think part of the problem was just like it's like the pandemic just made me very depressed. And I kept waiting to go back to campus because when I'm at campus at lunch, I always walk. So it was like, for some reason, I wasn't developing any new routines like I should have. So, so yeah, now I'm going to start because I don't think I'm going to be working on campus. I think I'm still going to be working from home pretty much all the time. So I was like, you know what? I really have to start developing a working from home routine because I think I'm not going back to campus because there is so little space available. So I don't think, since this is a relatively new department, I just don't think I don't think there is going to be the space. So, where am I going to put the electric kettle? So my guess is that, we're going to be working from home, which is fine. I don't know. I kind of would like it to be partial, on campus sometimes, but I'm not sure if that's going to happen anytime soon. So, should I use a porcelain? I cannot pronounce your name. XHU. Hi. I like your kitten, but I absolutely cannot pronounce that. Wait a minute, I don't put coffee. Wait a minute. Oh, I was gonna look for the porcelain. Yeah, porcelain containers, like the sugar tea. Yeah, I think these are good. Now they come in this color, but I don't know. I guess. I don't know. Does that look okay? I guess that's a good color for this kitchen. Yeah, I think that is. What did you cook? Okay, I can smell. My husband cooked something. What did you cook? I almost recognize the smell.
I'm making some chicken corn chowder.
Oh, okay. Okay. It was the chicken. I smelled the chicken. Zoo. I do. I don't stream them. I actually the Switch, because I actually started with the Switch and the problem was with the setup I can't see it at all on my computer. It just I'm just so blind that I did a couple streams of Animal Crossing and I was having so much trouble seeing it. So I'm going to talk to my son and see if maybe he can figure out a better way to set it up. Because I was just, I can't see this. The mobile one of this game, it's kind of a disappointment because I mean, I haven't, I definitely might do it if I'm like not at home, like on vacation or something, and I still want to stream, like I might do the mobile version. But it's weird because you really don't, you don't, it's all like apartments. And not that I'm expecting them to do a garden thing, but it's very claustrophobic kind of. So, so that's why I haven't really, I haven't really done any, um, I haven't done any mobile stuff. But I can definitely see that if I am not at home, I definitely could end up doing some streaming like that. But again, it's like the mobile version is just very, eh, you know. But as I said, I'm gonna see if my son can set up something so I can actually. Now this doesn't look good. So that I can actually see what's going on without putting my nose right up to my computer monitor, which could happen. I could end up having to do that. But that's generally not good for for trying to use the mic, having your face up to your computer monitor. So, yeah, I'm blind as a bat. I am just completely blind, practically. I have glasses. I haven't had 20/20 vision even with glasses or contacts in years. So that kind of tells you exactly how bad it is. I guess I should put the. Okay, wait a minute. Now, if I put the toaster here because there has to be a toaster. Oh, really? So, but this is like over 3 years old. They haven't. I mean, for the console, they haven't come out with um like DLCs and stuff. That's kind of depressing. I mean, Elo, what am I missing? I'm missing light for one thing. That wow, this is really dark. This shouldn't be this dark. Maybe I need to put another. I probably need to put another one of those lights up for one thing. That is really dark. Why is it so dark? Okay, so I'm gonna put another one of those lights on. Um, wow, it took them that long to get it to console. That's um, that's amazing. I mean, I guess they're a small company, so the big companies can get all the versions out often at the same time. But well, maybe not Switch or mobile, but generally like the main the big consoles and PC. Um, but I guess they're a fairly small company. So, um, okay, it's still dark under there. Need another light. Wow, that's depressing. I started playing this. I started playing it like maybe a year and a half ago. So at this point, so at that point, I think at least when I started, everything except luxury DLC was out. So when I started it, it was there already was a lot. So I haven't really suffered that deprivation. Um yeah. So wow. Yeah, I feel badly for them. But I think as I said, I think it's a small company. So oh, I am missing plants, aren't I? Ozu, what's the game? Because I think I can do mobile. I just haven't done it. I do need plants. the lighting situation's a little better. Okay, so I'm gonna do the trailing plant in a gold. Let's see. Oh my God. Yeah, I know that game. Um, you're right, actually. That and my phone's pretty new. So yeah, okay, so I installed it like I think it was it still in like beta a year or so ago? I don't remember. But so I installed it and it was like one of those things where I just didn't have time and I didn't go back to it. But so I think the game developer or developers came out with these great games in the past. I'm pretty sure it's the same ones. They did Flower, they did Journey, um, I forget what else. But the reason, wow, that's like really yellow. The reason that I was interested in the Sky version, the Sky game, is because those games were just so beautiful. Um, they're just, I mean, they're just wonderful games. And just, I don't even know how to describe it. They just are, they're like transformative. I mean, they're just so imaginative and yeah, you're right. That actually would be nice. I should think about that because that would be perfect. It's so peaceful. You're right. Um, yeah. The reason I was thinking of mobile stuff because there was a possibility in one of the jobs I was interviewing for that I would be back on campus. So that's why I was thinking about it. But you're right. It's a beautiful game and it's just yeah. So the flower one, um, so the world, okay. So I played it like a year and a half ago. The world is, some parts of it are ugly, and you like fly over them and make them beautiful with like a I'm trying to think of the good word. Not a cloud of petals, but so you can just go wherever you want. So some of them, like when you start out, it's not ugly. It's just like a big field and you like just um put flowers wherever you go. It's really nice. So yeah, I mean like the Journey game, it's which is really a great game. Um it's just there's a lot of freedom and same thing with the Sky Children of the Light. There's a lot of freedom and um I mean you can't really take it in a lot of directions. I mean there is some restriction, but it just feels like you can do whatever it just feels like you've got a lot of freedom and it's because it's not linear. There isn't something you're supposed to be doing necessarily. Like you can just fly around and examine stuff and and explore. But it's yeah, um so like another one I played was Abzu, which which is the underwater one. And it's really nice, but it is I mean, you do have some freedom to um you know, you don't have to you don't so there are certain things you have to do to unlock other parts. You don't necessarily have to do those things, but you're going to be stuck in um the room you're in until you do certain things. So, I don't know. So it's not totally open, but it is nice. Um but it also is very hard to learn. The controls are very difficult for me at least. Maybe I'm just kind of, you know, a moron. But and actually, yeah, I'm terrible with hand-eye coordination. But yeah, but you're right. That would be a nice game. It certainly would be nicer than House Flipper on mobile. That's for sure. I am still missing something, aren't I? Sometimes I put a stool, but I don't really see. Is there like little stuff I'm forgetting? Hang on, let me see. I have to like go back to accessories. Okay, but I think let me look at this. Yeah, but I think I'm mostly done with this. And so what I'm probably going to do is take a break, and then I'm actually going to do a no talking. I know it's hard to believe, but like no commentary Power Wash Simulator. So I did a no commentary House Flipper earlier today. So I figured no commentary Power Wash Simulator would be a good idea for at the end of the day when I'm a little wiped out. So, but yeah, so I think that's what I'm gonna do. House tour? You want a house tour of this house? There's not much in it so far, actually, because this was. So I bought this yesterday, in the stream yesterday. So I cleaned it up. And then today I mowed the lawn, I painted upstairs, and then I started on this. Well, okay, so then I also think I changed the windows. Yeah, okay, so this was a wall, I think, with a small window, right? Now I can't even remember. And I just wanted it to be more open. So I think actually what I'll do, this is not much of a patio. So maybe I'll make this into more of a patio where like people could sit outside. But anyway, and the outside really needs work. I'm thinking maybe I'll make this into a tiny office. This room was like wardrobes or something, which just didn't make sense to me. And then I think I'm going to make this into a nursery, but I'm not 100% sure. Then this will be probably a bedroom, and then this will be a bedroom. So, oh God, that's so horrible, isn't it? And then I had this problem a lot of people have had. So this was destroyed. These, like, see how it's, oh no, I fixed it here. What did I do there? Oh, I put one big one. Okay. See how bad my memory is? Okay, so like, so this one's a little destroyed. You actually can't clean it. So what happened to a lot of people is, it may not be this house. It may be another one. No, it is another one. Okay. No, wait a minute. It's this side. Okay, so what a lot of people did is, so they sold these and then couldn't figure out, okay, thank you. Couldn't figure out, like how to fix it. So it was like you're looking at all the doors and you put what you you tried to put what you thought was the door. Well, it turns out this is actually windows. This is not a door. So I was like sitting there yesterday like, wait a minute. So I sold it and I was like, blank wall. And I couldn't put what looked like the right door on. It was a sliding door I was trying to do. And so I gave up for a little while, and then finally I realized this is actually a window. So these are the windows I put. No, not these exactly. Okay, so now I'm going to misspeak. But anyway, so they look like doors. Anyway, so that was the thing. If you watch someone else's stream, you may see them going, wait, what? Because it creates its own lintels, essentially out of a wall. And I was sitting there like, so I looked at this one and I was like, okay, well, it's clear that's a door. They have the lintel still there. So it took a little while to figure it out. But so like these, for instance, this has to be sold because this looks horrible. So anyway, so and I replaced also these were black, and I'm not crazy about black windows, so I replaced it. I mean, they're fine sometimes, but anyway, so I am going to it's a window. Yes, it's a window. It's who would think, right? I'm pretty sure this is a window too. It's like a 3-pane window. So, but anyway, so God, the chicken is like really strong. So I'm gonna take a break. Then I'm gonna do like no talking and no chatting. Actually, you know what? I think I'm not gonna do it as a stream. I'm just gonna record it. So this is my good night. I hope you're doing well, both of you. Thanks for stopping by. I really appreciate it. It's so much more fun playing by myself. But that's why I've started doing those no commentary streams, because I do talk a lot. Good night to you too. I do talk a lot, and then there are times when I'm too tired to talk. So I thought these maybe were a good way to kind of kill two birds with one stone. So give a playthrough where people don't have to hear me yammering on if they don't want to. So, on the YouTube channel anyway. So, but I hope you guys both do the little cabinets. Lou, I just saw this. The little cabinets mold into the stove hood. So this stove hood is wait a minute. I thought I understood what you were asking, and I don't. So some of the stove hoods do have cabinets in them, or like the cabinets have a stove hood, and none of them were the right color. So I think they're like Marv blue, and the Marv blue was a lot brighter and didn't match these cupboards, which the blue on these cupboards matches the wallpaper or the tiles or whatever. So, and I still would like a nice rug that went with that gold, but I haven't found one. Maybe see if I can find one. Anyway, so I hope you both have a great night, and everyone else who's on, and everyone who's watching the VODs. I really appreciate you guys. This is so much more fun than it would be if I was just talking to myself. And I hope everyone's doing well, because there's definitely it's like everyone I talk to, a lot of people are still struggling. So don't downplay it if you think you are. And so I hope everyone's doing well, and I will see you soon. Good night.